than what to do with Athens and Sparta. And I'm telling you what, there hasn't been another game that I've had to delve into the rules. Well, Russian front, you almost need a lawyer for Russian front. I remember playing that game many times and trying to interpret the rules and having opponents get a hold of people on board game geek. As a matter of fact, I think the guy that actually created Russian front the game, I forgot who it was, but when I played my opponent, he got a hold of the guy that actually made the game to try to get a rule clarification. I don't know how he did, but hold on a second, cough break. But and then when the creator of the game gave me the answer to the rule, interpretation, he had it all wrong. I told the guy, my opponent, I go, well, the guy, designing the game don't even know how to play the game. So, yeah, that's one thing about it. If you want to be a war gamer, and that's what I don't know if I mentioned it yet, but that my opponent with Blitzkrieg got a hold of me, and he had some stuff come up, which is understandable. Not everybody's got 3 months off of work like I do, there's a life outside of wargaming, but we're supposed to play this Thursday at noon live. I don't know, but got me off the track. But anyway, hold on a second. Okay, we're back. Yeah, if you want to be a war gamer, you're definitely interpreting rules, and it's a big part of the game. That's why in some of these tournament games, and I think when I played that disastrous online game with the Army War College, I think they even had like referees there to answer rule questions and stuff like that. But yeah, that was another nightmare. If you want to go look at that one. Oh my God, those guys are making moves so fast they'd make them your head spin. And then, I'm thinking about back, when that game was actually going on. I should have had that guy stop everything and just say, "Hey, you need to slow it down so I can see what kind of moves you're making." But I was kind of new at it and didn't want to really interfere. But now I know, if we ever go to a gaming convention, and I'm kind of curious what happens at those conventions. Do you have like referees? I mean, I'm sure there's rules questions that come up. But anyway, as far as Athens and Sparta come on, unfortunately I deleted all the videos. I did about 4 or 5 videos of this game, and during those 5 videos, you could always see me just wondering, man, this ain't really working right. I don't understand this. This doesn't make sense. And it was the 4 blocks per hex per team. Like I say, if you can see here on here, we'll look at the rules. It does not say anything about that at all. It just says, well, the chart's pretty well plain. Stacking limit 4 per hex. All right, whatever. And then when it says, oh, and then this is another thing. When I was watching Cody, I kept on looking at this going, stack limit of 6, maximum 4 armies. Well, what else would there be besides armies? And, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Everybody else got it but me. And it's stack limit of 6, which means 4 armies and 2 ship counters. Never even occurred to me. I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. But and another thing is, when everybody else was playing this game, I guess they all figured that the 4 blocks per hex per player was the norm, because I was watching everybody's games and they all had more than 4 blocks per hex. I'm going, how are they doing that? How are they doing that with the limit being 4? And when I found that answer on Board Game Geek, it answered everything. It was very, very luckily for me, it was the very last answer, the very last comment in the guy's question, and it said it's a 4 block limit per player. And he says, although it doesn't say that, and it doesn't say that in the rules. So that was quite the odyssey. I think I might have spent 2 or 3 days on that game playing that and doing those videos. So all down the tubes. But we are set here now for a real game. We're all set. And like I said, I won't bore you with we'll drop in maybe every Olympiad after every 6 card plays. We'll drop in, let you see what's going on. But I want to enjoy this game. Like I said, it's a good game. It's got great mechanics. I think we've got everything pretty well figured out. And the only thing that was the major stumbling block was the blocks per hex question. But before we even started, we got our 2 optional rule cards in Sicily for Syracuse. So you'll ignore this number when whoever captures it, and you'll get the total of whatever these cards are. It might be more, it might be less than this number here. I dealt out the cards. First one here is a pillage event. And the thing of it is, the Athenians had the Spartans under siege, but you can't increase that unit strength any more than it is, because he's maximum strength. So this card will be moot. And the first one to begin the game will be the Athenian player. Now I'm looking at this, and one of the complaints. I've watched Gilbert. There's only a couple videos on this. It's Gilbert Collins and Undiscriminating Gamer with Cody Carlson, and I think you get the impression that old Gilbert likes the game better than Cody. Cody don't like it because it's mostly like I said, a siege attrition game. Not much happens in the game. You know, a little bit here and there, but he says nothing's going to happen here in the center because everybody's too strong. So he goes, mostly you're just picking some of these, and that's probably the way the game goes. I mean, every game's got its pattern. This one here, it's only got one scenario. There's no scenarios. It's a campaign game, and everybody's kind of set up the same way. So it's kind of like a chess game, to where you try to make moves. I've been looking everything over, and I think the first move for me would be the Athenians going after Megara, and that's because this little state here has these mountains going through. They can't be the only way they can be attacked. This city-state here is through Megara, or if they come down here and blockade the port. But we got all the mechanics ready to go. We're really excited. Like I said, I've been setting up the game, and I got home things to do. You don't get to you get everything set up and ready to go. You got all the rules straightened up. You're ready to play, and you have just life things coming the way. But like I said, I'm off of work for maybe a couple more weeks. I'd like to get into this game, maybe get another one going. We will be back with a little bit of gameplay. Like I said, right now, there's usually 6 turns per Olympiad, but we had to put a card apiece into the Syracuse jackpot, or pot rather. So we'll only be drawing 5 cards for this. And this way here, we're going to go down every time we do a turn until we get down to 0. And we'll move on to the next Olympiad. There's 6 turns per Olympiad, 42 turns in the game. So it's a long game. We'll be back. All right, we're here to continue on with a little bit of this play to give you some kind of a look at, the mechanics. A little learn through, like we said. I made myself a little sequence of play here, and it's basically an easy game. It's just card play. You resolve your events, spend your movement points, have your combats, and attrition. It's pretty basic. It's just the mechanics of the game that can get kind of intricate. All right, so anyway, we are going to start here, and I've been looking at this game and analyzing it. And I'm pretty sure, well, first of all, with this Spartan, and I gotta keep it down because we got people sleeping. I got the girlfriend; she sleeps and works at night. But the events come before you figure out who's going to move, and the person with the higher card value is the one that goes first. But the events supersede that. So the first event for the Spartan is a pillage. And this is a card that allows him to rebuild units that are being besieged. But unfortunately, for the Spartan player to begin the game with, I'm being besieged, or the Spartan player is being besieged, but his unit's at full strength. So we'll get no benefits from this card on this round. Alright, that'll be the event taken care of, and then we'll move over here to the Athenian player, who gets to spend 4 movement points. And with the movement point, you can move units. And here's how that works here. I got that written down here. 1 movement point allows 1 block to either operationally move from hex to hex, and it is required for combat. Alright, you can have a strategic movement from friendly port to friendly port, but you cannot use that to move into combat. Then last but not least, you have a revolt. The opponent's major cities. Strength points are equal to the building points that you spent, but the maximum strength of that unit's only going to be 3 bips, or 3 dice allowed to roll. That's just little things to help me out, because sometimes you got to look back and forth. But anyway, we got this move already figured out. We will be moving using 2 of these 4 points. We're going to move these pretty strong pride of the Athenians fleets to Megara. I'm going to move these units out of the way real quick so you can zoom in there and see how that's done. Ooh. So it'll be moving out of this hex here. He controls everything within this hex, and it'll be what's called open terrain, clear terrain. To the next clear terrain. Now when you're going into combat, you can only move 2 blocks can fit through here on combat. So that's what we'll be doing. We'll be moving those 2 blocks there. And with those 2 blocks, right now, that is just considered a blockade. No siege is into effects. Now with the other 2 movement points, we'll take care of the Spartan card, or the Athenian card. Oop, wrong one. I'll put them in the discard pile. We will move 2 units, and I want you to look at this here too, because this is really key to the whole game and the way this game works. It might be a big bloated game, but it's really kind of intricate. Alright. Now, these units here are in charge of this whole hex here. Within this hex, I have to declare myself. I don't really have to do it now, I guess. If it was only if I was moving. Or I do, I guess, have to declare it now. But anyway, he could be on this side. I'll declare him on this side, and he'll move over here this way. Again, only 2 units, 2 blocks can move through there. That's a limit. So I'll move these 2 units into here. And now this one from being a blockade to a siege. Alright, so that's movement. That'll take care of my movement here. Card play, resolve event, spend your movement points. Now, if there's any place on this board where there's 2 units or more, you have to have combat. And we'll first go up here to Padilla. We're laying siege. Now we have the option to storm or pass. And I believe on this one we'll pass. And that's just it. If you storm, if you're firing at these walled cities, your fire effect has little effect on them, so choose your poison. But we'll try to take a chance that they're being that the besieged are going to suffer more attrition than the besieger. And luckily for us, it's a full siege involving land and ocean or sea blockades. So they'll suffer some big effects. So we'll just go ahead and pass on that one. On this one here, the Spartans have to find out, reveal them. There's a hoplite and a Spartans fleet. Well, Spartans, the thing in this game is to go back under siege. So they will accept siege. There's no way they're going to fight a battle out there with all these points. They'll probably lose or get weakened. So we will accept siege. That's my way of signifying that they're under siege. And now we have the option of storming or a passing. I believe we will pass. So the siege is in effect. Move these guys back. These guys here. I'll go back. Let me straighten this up here. Alright then, that will take care of the combats. Before we move to attrition though, we want to deduct some building points from the Spartans. I do believe that was worth 1 Megara. Only worth 1 attrition point. So here under Sparta, we will -1 for Megara. And his total now is only 17 building points. He's down by 2. That's a score. Score changes by movement, combats, and all that, so you gotta keep track of it. It's another good thing about this game. I like it. You keep a score like a regular baseball, hockey, or football game. Alright, there you go. Alright, like I said, that is the end of combats. Where there's 2 units or 2 opposing armies in a hex. Alright, next thing we'll do is we'll come down to attrition. We'll go for this Athenian unit on the left. And he needs a 3 or less to avoid attrition casualties. Because it's a full attrition. I can show you that right here real quick. For posterity, if you're looking for the game, learn how to play the game. You can see here that the attacker's numbers are always the same, no matter what. You're always going to get a 3 or less. Anything to 4 and plus are hits on your units. The defender is different. He depends on whether you got ships there or not. So we're always looking for a 3 or less as the attacker. Oh, then you got to hit the hole. 3. So the unit on the left avoids attrition. Go for the unit on the right. 2. He avoids attrition. Now we'll come back to the siege of Megara. And we'll take the first unit. This will probably be an infantry unit. First unit up front to the left. Rolling for him, and he's looking for a 3 or less. 2. Ooh, I like these dice. We'll go for a unit on the right, up front. Ooh, bad bombing. Maybe I'll just do it like this. Oof, he gets one hit of attrition. So we'll pull him out, move him over. What's cavalry? And here we go for these 2 units. Let's shoot it first. Ooh, 2 hits of attrition. 1, 2. Next unit. He gets away with it. So there you go. The attrition casualties have been included. And that's how you play the game. Alright. That is card play for both the... Oh, no, it's not. We still have to go over here for the Spartan's turn. But that is combat's attrition. Go back to the Spartan card play. He'll spend 1 movement point. We'll find out what they want to do with their whole movement point. I'll be right back. Alright then, Spartan player. Or the Spartan side, rather. I'm the player. I'm psycho, I know. Let me see. He will use his 1 movement point. And we thought about... Or I thought about... Here we go again. I know. Psychiatric help. But thought about bringing in some... at least 1 unit into here. And then all these guys would sally forth. And have a 1-round battle. See how it goes. How our luck would run. But, you know, I think for the other side of the argument is... Let the attrition do its toll on deciding on that strategy. I was going to pull a naval unit out of here, but we got a lot of stuff going on around here. We'll keep them about as strong as possible. Another naval unit we'll use will be down here. We'll move him strategically, because I don't know if he's got enough operational. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he does. He's going right here. So he will just move an operational move or a strategic move right there, and that'll take care of the Spartan move. There's really not too much to do right now. We have to see how everything's going. And, you know, we need to get some reinforcements, so we need to see what goes on with this battle before we make any major moves. Plus, with the 1 operation, with the 1 movement point, you can only do so much. So it'll take care of this card, discard pile, and it'll resolve any battles where there's 2 units. Do I want to come out and sally forth? No, I will pass. Let attrition do its job. We'll let attrition do its job there. Unfortunately, attrition has to do the job for us first. So we will roll on this unit here. And these are all full sieges. So defender under a full siege. I gotta roll 2 or less to avoid attrition for that unit. 2 or less. It's a 3, so he suffers 1 hit of attritione. Attritione, but always full. So he can afford 1 hit, I guess. The old Spartans hanging tough when it comes to attrition. Right, next we got our other siege going there at Megara. We'll go roll first for the Spartan unit on the left. That is a full siege. So again, 2 or less. The 3. So he will suffer 1 hit of attrition. Can he afford it? Yes, he can. But let's see what his strength is there now. So he will go back in. Rolling for the next unit. 2 or less. Oh, come on, hit the hole. And he skates. Sorry about the zoom. Alright, that will be it for the Spartan turn. We're here. After attrition, that is the last stage. We're ready to flip some more cards. The old Spartan card. And the old Athenian card. Moving the game, guys. We only got 2 more game turns left in this Olympiad. And we'll flip the cards over. Ooh, we got a Alliance card. That's a good card. Oh, The Athenians are just moving all over the place, so they got the movements. He gets no movements, but the what do you call it? Alliance comes on their favor. They will roll one die, one Spartan dice. See who is the lucky ally. Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, I need a wider hole. Alright, it's a 2. I think that's the Macedon Pella. Alright, well, this is pretty cool because in my last game, these guys went over to the Athenian side. So where is the Macedon units? Ooh, Macedon, here we go. Be right back. Alright, Macedon in this game. And that's just it. This game's got so much playability because of these cards. Like I said last time, this was a Athenian alliance. But this time it's a Spartan alliance. And these Spartans just gained themselves one building point with their new ally. Plus 1 for P. E-L-L-A. It's 18 now. They are catching up to the Athenian score of 19. Alright, so that will be their card play. Already active, treated as no effect, so 1 neutral city. Oh. I guess if that was already an ally of Athens, that would have had no effect, but it does, so that would be his card on the discard pile. And no movement for his turn, so listen, here's what we'll do. That'll be the event. He still gets a chance to move. It's not his turn yet, so he still gets to do his pillages and stuff. But it'll go over here. His turn's first, and he gets 5. Ooh, movement points. So then when we're done with him, he'll have to pass because he has no movements, but then we'll resolve his attrition. That's how that works. Alright. And you see what the Athenians were doing with 5 movement points. Alright, then with 3 building points, putting this one down to 2, they're going to sponsor a revolt. And revolt is 1 building point apiece, so I can have it full strength because I spent 3 building points, so he can be a full strength revolt. And I'm going to place him in the old, what do you call it? City of Megara. And he will aid the attack with everybody else. But we'll just put him there for now because it's still our movement phase. So the revolt has been placed inside the city, and he will help with the attack. So what else we got going on here? Let's put the siege marker back. Well, you know, let's do it this way. Get these guys a little bit distanced. Straighten. Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, we can. Can we do that? Can we exceed stacking limits? That'd be the 5th block for the Athenian player. That might be a prohibited move. We'll be right back. And here you go. Jesus, they covered it in this one. I was like, oh no, here we go again. Where the revolt block does not count towards attacking. All right, limits. We are there, and it is good to go. We got a revolt. We have sponsored. Now we got 2 more movement points for the Athenian. You know, let's do this. Whenever I signify that I've moved a unit. Here you go with the block wargaming acrobatics. But I move them this way, so we'll have the revolt move that way. And here you go. The only time you can have more than 4 blocks per hex is here revolt. Revolt can go up here, I guess. Yeah, I'll to squeeze everybody together because we're maxed out. Although the Spartan player can still bring in 2 units, so there's 2 units that can illegally fit in an X. Alright, we got it going on. Find out what we're going to do with 2 more movement points for the Athenian. Alright, that was 1 movement point. I'm going to move the, that would be, how many men? 4,000. Amphitheus, or an Amphipolis. 4,000 Amphipolis. Palace. Jesus. I'm Amphipolis, and they can ignore all the limits because they're not going to attack, but they're just moving there. And then what that does is block any of these newly acquired Spartan allies from getting on over here and relieving this siege. They have to go through my Athenian and Polius palace first. So then somebody will block them. That'll be a number. We only got one more left. And we'll be back. This will be an interesting move. I'll move my fleet from up here at Corcyria down here. The only thing is, this is a port, but it's not a walled port. It's a non-walled major city. Or is it a minor city? No, I guess it's major. Yeah, it's major city. So this unit will not be able to go into. I guess he could hide in a blockade. That's a port. Yeah, I guess he could. Oh, it's a ship too. So we'll decide what he wants to do on that one. So there you go. That'll be my last move. Oh, out of zoom. Last card into the discard pile. And we'll be back because the Spartan's still got to play his card, and that will take care of attrition and stuff. So that is it for the Athenian move. We have a bunch of places where there's two units in the same hex with the results of combats. We'll be right back. Alright, the first combat here, we're going to try to storm. Let's look what we got here. If our memory serves us right, ooh, he's got 2 shots left. I didn't know that. I was hoping he was a little bit weaker, but that's what Fog of War will do to you. I've got some nice units. Can't I reduce them? I need 1, 2, 3, 4 hits to reduce them because they're only half strength. Alright, we're going to storm, and it will be it'll be the Spartan that fires first. Rolling 2 dice, looking for 2 or less. Rolling 2 dice, looking for the defender fires first. 2 dice, looking for 2 or less. Normal strength. Ooh, he gets a 1 hit. And I guess it'll be on the hoplites. Now we will fire. We need 4 hits to do anything. 2 hits to do at least one thing to them. So I guess the hoplites will fire first. They have a B2 strength. Rolling 2 dice, looking for 2s or less for the hoplites, and we need at least 2 hits. Oh, I didn't get any of them, so I don't think we can eliminate that unit, but we'll try with this unit here, just to inflict some casualties. 3 dice, looking for 3s or less. Oh, wow, so he gets 1 hit. That's all that inflicts on him, is 1 hit. Now we'll go back to siege. Flipping him over. And that'll be it. We're using a 1-round combat rule. There's 2 versions of it in the rules, and I'll show you that right now. Hold on a second. Alright, now I might be doing this wrong too, because like I said, Cody and everybody else got everything. It might just be my thick head. Unlike field battles, which end after 2 combat rounds, sieges have only 1 combat round, but maybe continue over multiple game turns. That's fine. Both sides, blah 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 blah. Attacker. Oh, siege attacks. Oh, siege attacks. After blocks fire or take hits normally. After the first siege round, the attacker may retreat. Blah blah blah. Continue the attack. There you go. After the first round, may retreat. Continue the attack for a second round or pass. Attacking blocks. Alright, battles which offer 2 combat rounds. So we're using this one. I don't know what's going on here, but that's the only, like I said, Athens Sparta people. We're doing a house rule on this one. I'm not a house rule person. I hate house rules. I like playing by their the way the designers intended the game to be. But in this one, sometimes you just got. So anyway, 1 round of combat. That's it. We'll move on to the next place where there are 2 units, and this is here at Corcyria. He has to fight. Well, no, I guess he could. It's a port, so You can go in there. You gotta stay in there. You gotta take combat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna look at the rules on this one too, real quick. That qualifies as a port city. So I'm gonna blockade. I have to decide if he wants to take refuge or what. We'll see that real quick on the blockading. One thing I noticed too, move these guys out of that hex, is that it qualifies as an island. It says here, island blockades. Blockade of ports on islands with 6 hex sides, blah blah blah. Islands with only 1 port. It tells, gives you an example of such a place we're attacking. No. And it says, or islands that can only be reached via 1 strait. That's it. Alright, so that's going to be a blockade. Oh, what will the Spartan do? What will the Spartan do? Will be, shoot. 3 dice, rolling 2s. Spartan will go into the, he will accept, let me see here real quick. Oh, we need some more siege markers here. Alright, one thing we got to take into account though is it's not a walled city. It's definitely a unwalled city. So we'll have to see what the difference is on that. We'll be right back. He might not even be able to have a siege or go into a port. I mean, it's a port, but it's not walled, so maybe we'll find out. That's here you go with Athens and Sparta over it. Alright, well, just answers it here. Sorry about that. That answers it here on these ship battles. Let's read it together. When ship attacks, defender can either accept battle, real blocks, or withdraws to walled cities only to siege. All right, so he can't go on a siege. Reveals no ships. The defender reveals 1 or more ships in the battle takes place. These are fought like any other. That's what we'll do. A blockade. So I gotta defeat those ships. So what happened here? I moved there. There's a ship there. There's no walls for him to, it's a port, but there's no walls for him to retreat to. So we have to have combat. So let me see here. We are both C's. He's the defender. He'll roll first. Rolling 3 dice, looking for 2s. 3 dice, looking for 2s. And a Spartan fire. And the Spartan fire goes zigging on by. The stronger Athenians. The Athenians are attacking with, let me see, 200 ships per step, or 20 ships, so they got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 80 ships versus a 60 ships for the Spartans. So the Athenian 80 ships are firing. It needs 3s or less with 4 dice. 3s or less with 4 dice. 3s or less. He gets 1, 2 hits on the Spartan. 1, 2. It's first round of combat. What do you want to do, Spartan? Oh, shoot. I guess the Spartan will withdraw to the, well, let me see here what they do. Retreats. Only port within 4 hexes. Ambercia will qualify, so he'll move back here, flip his little butt around, and we can now claim Lucas. It's ours. Alright, so that will be -1. Oh, not Lucas. I just pronounced my own name. Lucas. Leucas. Alright, it's a Leucas, not Lucas. Oh, it's Leucas. I can't remember it right. L-E-U-C-A-S. Alright, L-U-C-A-S, and that goes 17. Oh, X that out. Here you go. And Athens gain themselves 1. +1. L-E-U-C-A-S. There you go. X that out. His new score is 20. So the score has just changed. 17 to 20 for the Spartans, which is the... Alright, now the thing of it is, I have to keep a unit there, or else that is always friendly to the Spartan side, so that's one bad thing about that. When those cities are friendly to the other side, they're always friendly. You gotta keep them garrisoned, and I don't know if I want to waste a big old ship like that on that, but for right now, everything's good. Alright, we will, that will be it for that combat. How about the combat here? Yeah, that's what we're going to take care of. It's a big combat at old, what is that called? Megara. Our biggest battle yet here at Megara. And we're going to see who goes first. We have one A unit that'll fire first, and that is the Athenian cavalry. Firing with 2 dice, and they can only, they're half strength. So, we need at least 2 hits for one. Rolling 2 dice, looking for 2s. No hits. No hits. Alright, so cavalry doesn't do nothing, which makes sense if they're gotta attack through walls. Alright, next one's a 2. We have 2 Bs there. Or we have 3 Bs. But the defender will go first. They'll fire normally. They'll fire 3 dice with 2s or less. Looking for 2s or less. 1, 2, 3. Ouch! Strongest unit will be the Athenian ship. He will go down 1. Next strongest unit will probably be the... Ooh, I don't want to take it from him. I guess these 2 are tied. I'll take it from him. Because he fires normally. Alright, there's the second one. I need a third one. That'll come from the Athenian ship. Oh, that hurt. Alright, so that was his first B. Now to go to the Athenian side, we got 2 we can fire. Like I said, the revolt gets to fire at full strength. Definitely helps when you're trying to assault the siege when you got units inside the city. So we get to throw 3 dice, and we hit on 2s or less. This is very important right here. Alright, so he gets 1 hit. We'll take it off of this unit here. And there you go, there's my first B, the fire. The second B for the Athenians. Rolling 2 dice. Looking for 2s or less. No hits. Alright. Next one. It'll be C's. The Spartan ship fires first. 1 die. Looking for 2 or less. Oh, he gets it. He gets it. Let's put the hit on the old rebels. That sucks. Alright. Athenians are firing. His ship is trireme. 2 dice, 3 or less. 2 dice, 3 or less. We got 1 hit. Oh, 1 hit. Well, it's only a half a hit. So, nothing yet. We need another hit from this Athenian ship. Rolling 2 dice, looking for 3 or less. Oh, we got 1 hit. So it'll be 1 hit on them, and that's all you do. So we'll take that off of him. If I roll this dice, and he gets a hit, it's only a half a hit. He said the rules said he recovered the hit, so that will be a result of the combat on the siege assault. Let me see what I do with this unit. Yeah, well, I'll exceed my stacking limit. Oh, he don't count towards stacking, so he could stay there? Yeah, be right. Alright. If the revolt fails, the block cannot retreat or join the attackers who stay on siege. It is eliminated. So the old revolt block goes back, but it can be used again another turn after you spend a unit. So let's move him on up. Move him on up. Turn him around. Turn him around. Him on up. Him on up. Him on up. Him on up. The besieged. Oh boy, I gotta do all this. We'll put you through it. Hold on. Alright, there's a little combat round for the Athenians. They didn't achieve what they wanted to. The revolt failed. So the revolt goes back over here. Oh, that is it. That is it, I believe, for the Athenian phase. We will check now for attrition. After combat comes attrition. We're rolling for the Athenian unit on the left. He needs a 3 or less to avoid attrition. Oh, he gets one hit. Gets one hit. Can he take it? Yeah, he can. Oops. Sorry about that. My siege dime came off. Alright, we're going for the unit on the right. 3 or less. With a 3, so he survives. No attrition suffered. Alright, we'll come over here to all my units. Besieging old Megara. I'll go for the first unit up front to the left. Looking for a 3 or less. 2, he survives. We'll go to the one behind him, the trireme. 3 or less. Oof, that kills, that kills. Here he is. 1, 2, he's out. Alright, we'll go for the unit on the right, up front. Looking for 3 or less. Oh, right up front. 1, 2, he's gone. Alright, the last unit. And this might change the state of the siege from full to half siege. The unit on the right for the Athenians, unit for 3 or less. And he survives. Alright, let's see who we got here left. Alright, no, we got a trireme and a land unit. Yeah, we're good, we're good, we're good. Full siege is still in effect for the Spartan attrition rule. Those full sieges, attrition rules are killer. Alright, that is it for the Athenian turn. Spartan cannot move any units, but we will check for Spartan attrition. The Spartan attrition will be here, and this was a full siege, I do believe. Oh, yep, we have a trireme and a land unit, so he is being besieged by both land and sea. He needs a 2 or less to avoid attrition. Yep, full siege, 2 or less to avoid attrition. We'll use these Spartan dice. Alright, he avoided it. Now for these units here, 2 or less. Sacks. Oh, that is a siege killer. Oh, I'll take this unit out of here, flip him over. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's gone. Alright, we need that as the Athenian player for this next one. 2 or less to avoid attrition. Oh, ain't looking good. Oh, he's gone too, I think. Let's see. This could be big. Alright, 2 or less, 3, 4, 5. He suffers 3 hits of attrition. He's gone. So the Athenians take Megara and attrition. Alright, now we gotta keep that garrisoned, but we will get one, what do you call it, building point. And I think we already deducted that building point from the Spartans, so he won't be losing anything more. But the Athenians will definitely be gaining one. So let's go over here to where's our score sheet? Oh, here we are. The Athenians will get a +1. Oh, we can do it one-handed for Megara. There you go. 21 now. They're 9 points away from a victory. Putting a gap between them. The Athenians on the move. There you go. We will call that. Let me see. That is an attrition. We are done with the. Oh, it was their turn. It was the Spartan turn. We're done with all their attritions. I don't know where else this card will go in the pile. And that will be it. We got one more card to play. Well, we got 2 cards. Oh, that's right. Let me see here. How many cards we got to play? 3. Maybe I did something wrong here. Nope, we got 3 more cards. Let me look at this real quick. I'll be right back. Cards are right. He's got 3 left. He's got 3 left. We played 2. We have 2 left in here. 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're good to go. We'll just have to, let me see, move this up to 3 because we have 3 cards left. Alright, put this card back over here. These cards back over here. I'm going to take the top card from the Spartan pile. Top card from the Athenian pile. And I got some blocks for your casualties that I have to straighten up. Gotta do some housekeeping. Getting a little sloppy around here when we got back. Alright, it is the 3rd game turn of the first Olympiad. And we'll play the cards. Ooh, we got an event and another small movement card for the Spartans. And the Athenians, of course, answer with their big movement card. Alright, we'll do this first. Tribute. Receive 3 BPs and spend them to reinforce existing blocks immediately. Alright, spend them. Alright, besiege army as it can be reinforced if you have sea control. Okay. No, I don't have sea control there, so that sucks. There's old Patadilla. That's the only siege we got going on. Reinforced blocks that can move this turn. Okay. 3 BPs. Oh. Can't do it in Patadilla. Have to find somewhere else where I took some losses. I don't think there is anywhere else. I think everybody else is full strength. What a waste of a card. That would suck. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, our fleet just got its ass beat at Lukas, or Likuas, gets 3 BPs back. So he'll go from 2. That gives him back. Anybody else that's been shortchanged? I don't think so. Alright, well he gets rebuilt back to full strength. Thanks to the event. And there you go. That's how that works. Alright. Highest card goes first. That will be the Athenian. And that's pretty much it. I think I'll go ahead and make this a video and call it a game. I'll drop you guys in after the next Olympiad. We're going to sit down here and play this tonight. Have us a good time. We're going to figure it out. Athens and Sparta. And while I'm leaving you, the score is 21 for Athens, Sparta 17. We'll be back to fill you in. Alright, one update before we call it a vid, and that's that when we conquered Megara, we get to pillage or plunder, and that gives us 1 building point. So we can spend that immediately. We'll spend that on our cavalry to get him full strength. And there you go. It's that. Like I said, it's a great game. Just got to remember all the idiosyncrasies. And we're up to date. Calling this a video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit of learn through. Showed you some of the mechanics. And we'll be back with a chapter here in a little bit.